Well, this weekend was a very interesting weekend. Yep, we're gonna talk about it on this episode of What's on My Mind. Got a lot of shit on my mind right now. We're gonna talk about how Alabama get their ass whooped, but somehow, some way, the committee put them in. And all I gotta say is for all those, them fans that celebrated when Alabama didn't get in last year, but now you're upset that they got in. To you. Then we're gonna talk about the Steelers stringing out a win against the Ravens with some help with some very interesting controversy calls from the referees. Then we're gonna talk about the Lakers a little bit and their progress going on in the first quarter of the season. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Alabama real quick. Look, do I think that Alabama deserved to get into the playoffs after the way they performed against Georgia? Absolutely not. I feel like that the committee was going to look at Alabama and 3 losses that they got and say, hey, or even look into the Florida State game and saying to themselves, like, we can't let them in because of that. But somehow they was able to squeak them in, and Alabama is in the playoffs. Not only on that, but they're gonna be facing one of the teams, Oklahoma, that game that lost. And a lot of people saying that, the haters as usual, saying that Alabama didn't deserve to be in. I somewhat agree with that, but at the same time, dude, y'all had that coming. Good. Karma is a bitch, ain't it? For all them jokes that y'all had last year. Like with the losing mentality of celebrating a team that's been winning championships. Now losing. So like what Kansas City is going through right now. Like, sooner or later, Kansas City, if they do things right, they're going to rebuild and they're going to be back on top anyway. That's how I feel about it. Same thing with Alabama. Last year, had a new coach, DeBauer. He somewhat had success, and then he started losing towards the end. Lost to Vanderbilt, lost to Oklahoma, and kind of leaped into the season, basically. But this year, no excuses for the Florida State loss. Like, we thought, most of us fans, Alabama fans, thought that he's going to be pretty much gone if he loses another game, like maybe like to Georgia or something like that. But able to recover, got on the streak, beat Georgia, beat Vanderbilt, and then lose to Oklahoma, which was, they beat themselves. But thank God Oklahoma was actually good this season. They make it to the playoffs. They're gonna be facing they're gonna be facing Alabama. We're gonna get a rematch between them. Which first game was a pretty good game. Now, Notre Dame, look here, man. Look, what can I say? Y'all, the ACC in general, y'all need to boosting y'all schedule up way better than y'all have before crying about how, you got screwed. Well, Notre Dame, what can I say? All that little soft schedule that you had, and you lost 2 games that you ain't had no way excuse into losing. Now somehow you're crying. Oh, you're not even going to the bowl that y'all was invited to because you being a little bitch right now. Schedule your games better. Play some tough contenders like Alabama did. And do something about it. That's all I got to say on that. Like, so I ain't got no crime. Notre Dame, y'all ain't shit anyway. Who cares about y'all? Like, I think the reason why y'all beat Georgia last year because for Georgia, look at the schedule they've been having. They've been grinding it out in their schedule, and then they have to wall in with injuries and stuff to face you, and you ain't proved anything. Fix your schedule better. That's the only thing I can say on that. But all you haters out there, karma is a bitch. But we're gonna move on to the Steelers. What can I say? Man, I thought the Steelers had no chance in winning in that game at all. But they was able to pull it through. Look, the last two losses was tough to swallow. I mean, Chicago, dude, I was upset about losing to Chicago's because I thought they had to lose the season. I did not have a clue that they were actually playing well this season at all. So I was going to that game saying to myself, like, how can we be losing against Chicago? Anyway, Chicago's pretty good, but they still had Mason Rudolph starting, and you know how I am. If Mason Rudolph starting, I'm not going to watch it. Hands down, period. I watched a little bit of the game, but while the game was on, I was playing Helldivers. Listen, man, we're going to go. This is what I got to say about Mason Rudolph. He's a backup quarterback. If you're trying to make him something that he's not, like a starter, like a bridge or anything else, you're fooling yourself. But continue to blame Mike Tomlin on that. And then they played against Buffalo, which I thought that they had no shot whatsoever in winning that game because I feel like Buffalo is the better team altogether. They was able to hang in there tough against them, and then they suffered an injury from Aaron Rodgers. Mason Rudolph come in. I immediately changed the channel. Why? No chance. Okay, no chance whatsoever. Aaron Rodgers starts against Baltimore. Did you see what a starter looks like? Do you see it? Okay. If Aaron Rodgers is in the game, we got at least a chance of winning a game. If he stuck around, after getting hit in that Buffalo game, I'm pretty sure they would have a better chance having him in the game instead of having Mason Rudolph in the game. I digress. But Aaron Rodgers in that game, he had a very, very efficient game. He was making throws to Metcalf, which I thought, look, the Ravens had to be the most dumbest team ever. So you're going to rely on Humphries, who's not bad himself, but he is not the same player that he was. You're going to rely on Humphries to guard Metcalf on his own. Like, are you kidding me? Like, Aaron Rodgers might not be the same player that he used to be, but goddamn, he can still throw that football. You saw it. You definitely saw it. And Metcalf had one of his best games. What's the old saying that I had throughout this whole season with Aaron Rodgers? Basically, if the offensive line do their thing, protect Aaron Rodgers throughout the whole game. They're not perfect, but able to let him at least throw the ball, the offense is going to be fine. Running game, I don't know what to say on the running game, but offense will be better. Period. All right. 285 yards, I think, from Aaron Rodgers. A touchdown pass, ran one in. Like, dude, Aaron Rodgers still get it done if you give him time. If you don't give him time, everybody's gonna say that he's washing everything. You were able to pick up a receiver that apparently nobody wants. Allen Thielen, which did he do anything yesterday? Sorry, but y'all just a little bit too late getting a receiver. Hopefully he can do something. Do something. But anyway, let's move on to the defense. I mean, man, this is the most pitiful defense that I have ever seen in a long time. Don't know how we won 7 games with this team, but due to creating takeaways first of all. But other than that, like giving up big runs, mix assignments, getting out of place, and it's just so many things. Running a weak zone, like it just, I don't know what to say. Like seeing TJ Watt, he's getting double teamed, sometimes triple teamed out there, and no other players is not stepping up long enough. Granted, they did it at the end, but I think it's just mostly due to the Baltimore Ravens' incompetence themselves. Like, for example, it's like I don't know how just their offense is this bad. Like they can easily score 40 points. Like all you had to do is just give the ball to Derrick Henry and let him run it. Like he wasn't running bad at all, but you just stopped running the ball for some reason. I just don't understand it. And it's like, bro, like you got Lamar Jackson and you got Derrick Henry together. The Steelers can't do anything against them. Like, what are you doing? But at the end of the day, I don't know what Baltimore Ravens are doing. Right? But don't cry too much. You're still going to have a chance of winning this division. Do I think that the Steelers are going to beat Miami, Detroit, Cleveland? You think they're going to come out 3-0 out of that? No chance whatsoever. I don't think so. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out 1-2. And then they're going to have that decisive battle at the end against the Ravens. I would not be surprised that happens. Period. Wouldn't be surprised at all. Because that's how bad the Steelers are this season. But why am I surprised about that? That's one of my predictions. That they're still going to be at least 9-8 or 8-9. They're going to be one or the other. That's how I feel like that's where their destiny is right now. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the controversy calls that worked out for the Steelers. Like the one call where Aaron Rodgers attempted to throw the pass. It was blocked. He ended up somewhat catching it, but somehow, doing all the scuffle, the Ravens ended up getting it. So I'm thinking, goddamn, we done fucked it up, basically. But somehow, the referees or the replay center was like, they gave the ball back to the Steelers, saying that, hey, he was in possession of, I guess, catching the ball. And because he had his knee down, that was a completed catch or something like that. And I'm like, oh, cool. We didn't make a turnover. Let's move on. Right? They end up punting anyway. So, really, Raven fan, you can't be mad at that at all. But this next play where, okay, so Lamar Jackson throw the ball to Likely. Man, Likely just having a bad week, hasn't he? But anyway, Likely catches the ball, extended the ball away, try to extend the ball away from Porter. Porter was still going on with the play, because he's handsy like that. And he was able to knock the ball out of his hand. Now, my thought was, goddamn, Steelers end up getting up the touchdown. We're going to probably end up losing that game. So, replay center, he back at the top. Well, let's take it a while to review that. So I'm thinking, like, what's the problem here? Like, Likely got the touchdown. What's going on? and they overturn it. I'm like, oh, wow. That was surprising. But it somehow it had to do with Lively catching the ball. And he got 2 feet down, but barely get the third step. While he was getting there, Porter knocked the ball away. And I guess they're saying that because of the football move he made, he didn't complete it, basically. And I guess you need 3 steps. But shout out to Joey Porter for, sticking with the play, I guess. For sticking with it. Because that helped. I mean, look, Ravens had plenty of chances of getting a score in. They didn't do it. You don't let the referees determine the outcome of the game. So you want to blame anybody, nigga, blame yourselves on that. Like, shit. You had plenty of chances to score. You gonna whine about it, or you gonna keep going, or keep moving forward? Like I said, you're gonna have the chance anyway in this division. You think the Steelers are gonna run the table? I doubt that. But other than that, like, good win against the Steelers. Controversy calls, yes. Glad it worked out for us. I mean, hell, do you remember that Jesse James touchdown catch that was overturned? You know how we feel now. And then we're gonna move on to the Lakers. We're gonna talk about the game that they had against the Celtics. Look, I made fun of the Celtics in the last video, and I guess I deserve what I got, right? But hey, enjoy that freebie, because you didn't have either Luka nor LeBron in that game. So enjoy that win. You needed it. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the game that they had last night. This was basically LeBron James' breakout game of the season, because before the games he was just struggling throughout the whole time. Coming back from sciatica, which, look, back injuries like that is nothing to play with. Sciatica is one of those annoying back spasm like symptoms that you have, where one day you can feel just fine, and then all of a sudden the next day you're feeling awful. Like you having these annoying back strains, feel like you're having a strain. Like every time you walk, you feel like you're having a sharp pain on your foot. Like, who in their right minds wants to play basketball and do anything like that when your back is out like that? So basically, I can understand. Like, I understand because I had something like that where, dude, your toes are numb, your back is aching, like you feel like whatever you do, it gets worse. Like, I can understand that. People who complain, saying that, oh, he's making excuses like that, they don't know a goddamn thing. Why even go online? Deal with these type of folks anyway. So, but anyway, basically this was his breakout game last night. He had a tear in the fourth quarter at the end where Austin Reed wasn't playing well. This is like one of his worst games that he had. And Luka was just fumbling off, just turning the ball over the place. Like, and LeBron James was able to come out, do his thing, that he's back. He is the king and all that. So it was great to see him play well. I don't know if it's going to be like a continuation of him being LeBron James. He is 41 years old. He's going to be 42 real soon. Like, I don't know, man. Like, we're going to have to wait and see. Father Time might have caught up with him, but last night he was able to fucking give Father Time the low blow, at least for a second. He's doing his thing. Other than that, that is it. That is what's on my mind. Well, one more thing. This gambling thing that's been going on in sports. I don't like gambling. I choose not to gamble. I think it's just once you start gambling, for me, I feel like I'm going to be addicted to it. And this is different from video games and stuff for me. Like, because, man, being addicted to gambling, that could just fuck up a lot of shit for you, for your family members and everything. That's why I choose not to do it. Because seeing someone in your family doing that and seeing how they react to it, it kind of like warn you out of it. Like, you watch someone who's pretty much addicted to it and you're like, nah, I'm not gonna do that, or I don't want to help in any kind of way to help you do what you're doing right now, because who wants to go through with that? And I don't know, man. Like, NBA had this little gambling situation, and then people, fans, football fans, NFL fans are coming here crying about how the games are fixed with Kansas City and these bad calls that makes you wonder if the fix is in. And I don't know, man. Like, the NFL, they got to clean it up. Still won the game with the controversy call. Do I think that the fix is in? No. I think they are overcompensated. I'm talking about the guys who's doing the reviews are probably on this overthinking it. And I don't know, man. They need to get that shit straightened out. Same thing with the NBA. They need to get that straightened out too. Like, this is getting bad. Getting tired of seeing these gambling commercials, these gambling ads, and I feel like they are somewhat influencing the game to a certain extent. Not all the way where I think that they fix in. I just think that, you know, people, it's like people online are crazy, man. Like, they'll get mad at players of not, what can I say, getting mad at play because whatever on their gambling end is not working out. So they'll blame a player for not getting a touchdown, or, you know, blaming teams not scoring and stuff like that. And these idiots are going on Twitter and cursing out the players, the teams, and all of that. That's when I feel like gambling is going way too far, in my opinion. Like, there's no sense of even thinking like that. And I wish it could go away. I wish the NBA and the NFL could be like, you know what, FanDuel, DraftKings, go fuck off. We basically don't need you. But it's the money, man. Money talks. Bullshit walks. That's all I'm going to say on it. I don't like it, but it's not going anywhere anytime soon. That's why I feel like NFL, Roger Gale, y'all gotta get this reviewing shit down packed, man. Because we don't need shit like that going on. But that's it. Thank you for tuning in this long video. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike. And I'll see you guys next time.